Do you find yourself speaking too fast during a presentation? And probably you could be wondering how best you can be able to pace yourself. I believe you'll find this video very insightful, and I encourage you to walk with me the journey even as we highlight some of the possible reasons that you could be speaking too fast and how best you can be able to manage that. As usual, my name is Mary, and I'm glad to be joined by Paminas in this discussion. Thank you, Paminas, for joining again.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Yeah. We have so many people, perhaps they feel they are very confident as far as public speaking is concerned, but then again, when they are called upon to speak or do a presentation, they tend to be a bit fast in their speech. So what could be some of the possible reasons as to why someone could be speaking fast during public speaking?
That's a very interesting question, Mary, and indeed it does happen a lot of times. And from my experience, what I've observed is that there are four main reasons. These are the most common reasons. So number one, you could be feeling nervous and anxious. So normally what happens is when the body feels stressed, when you feel you are the center of attention, and you know everyone is looking up to you, the stress levels go up and you become nervous and anxious. And the thing is, some people tend to speak very fast. Others tend to speak slow, but it's more or less the same thing. The other reason could be time. So, and especially when it comes to impromptu speeches, you'll be asked to say something, and 2 minutes or even less than that, so you're feeling the pressure. So because you have so much information in your head, you want to cover it within that 1 minute.
You're pressed down by time.
You're pressed down by time, and guess what happens? You'll find yourself speaking much faster than you ordinarily do. The other bit is lack of preparation. So again, you have this content to cover. It's 30 minutes. You are given 30 minutes, but you didn't prepare for it. You didn't practice. So you find you want to cover whatever you've come up with. It can fit a 2-hour presentation, and yet the allocated time is 30 minutes. So again, you'll feel the pressure to perform, and then you'll find you're speaking much faster than you usually do. And lastly is closely related to what I said when it comes to impromptu speeches is the information overload. So again, you have so much to offer, and yet time is not on your side, or you're feeling nervous or anxious. So the end result will be you speaking much faster.
You'd want to speak faster so that you cover everything.
So that you cover everything.
Interesting. Now, as a public speaking trainer, I know you've trained so many professionals to be able to master this skill. What are some of the best ways into which someone can be able to pace themselves during a speech or during a presentation?
So the starting point, Mary, is if you are watching this video, someone watching this video is to understand that public speaking is a skill. It's not a talent. There's a way you do it. You know, and we have even a structure to it. For example, you know, during the class, we cover the introduction, the body, and even the conclusion, and what you're supposed to do at each stage. So when people come for the 9 weeks training, they're amazed because we actually give them a script. This is how you handle yourself. And so when you learn the structure, you not feel the pressure. You know, you not feel that need to rush. You know how to prepare. And so if you normally feel nervous 90% of the time, you now just feel nervous 20% of the time, which is still okay. So that's number one. Get to understand that this is a skill that you can acquire and even practice, and you become better at it. So my other tip, Mary, is whenever you're giving a presentation, use strategic pauses. Strategic pauses means you just keep quiet for 1 or 2 seconds. And guess what? When you keep quiet, two things happen. Number one, you're able to breathe. You know, you're able to feel at ease. And second, you also catch the audience attention. So people are able to look up at you. And look at religious organization. You'll see the pastors, they're very good at this. So they don't rush the presentation. Someone is able to keep pausing here and there. And that makes a great difference for them. I would also recommend, if you're a presenter, be able to vary your tone and voice and even the speed. So there'll be opportunities where you can speak in a much faster pace, and the others where, especially when you're emphasizing a topic. For example, like now I'm emphasizing, I'm not speaking very fast. Yeah. But also when you're excited, when you want to bring that aspect of energy, you can pace, you can be much faster. Yeah.
So the tonal variation.
The tonal
really
variation
matters.
makes all the difference. Yeah. And lastly, focus on your breathing. So if you find that you are really running out of breath, it's a sign that you need to pace yourself.
Yeah, we normally highly even recommend someone taking water, a
You
glass
can
of
take
water.
That's why there's always a glass of water next to a speaker.
Yeah.
So people will assume you maybe you're feeling thirsty and you're not. It's just a chance for you to breathe and recover from the presentation.
As we wrap up this topic or this discussion, would you recommend professional training or speech therapy to be able to handle this rapid speech or being too fast when speaking?
Yeah. So if you find yourself that ordinarily you talk in a normal pace, then you don't even have to have a speech therapy, because speech therapy is someone who's handicapped, you know, when it comes to speeches. But if every day, you can be able to have everyday conversation, and it's only now when you are tense, you are nervous, that's the only time you increase your space. So a structured training would really help. Like I said, public speaking, it's a skill. Most people are shocked when they come and they realize there's a method to this thing. And even the people we admire out there, the Obamas, the newscasters, all of them, they undertake this training. Yeah. So yes, come for a structured training. You'll be able to learn how to handle introductions, the body and the conclusion, how to handle the body language, how to handle the nervousness, how to do the impromptu speeches. And even when you're using the presentation aids, how do you conduct yourself if it's PowerPoint presentation? And the best part about such a class is you're also able to get feedback.
Yeah.
For example, in our class, it's a 9 weeks class. We don't learn every day. So the classes, the practical classes are like, they're the majority. Yeah. So the other classes, we do the theory, and then you get to practice, and someone gives you feedback. And because you're learning in a safe space, everyone there is coming to improve on their skills, then they'll give you feedback, which is quite objective. Yeah. You'll also get practicing opportunity. So again, you're also practicing among peers, so that's a plus. Yeah. And lastly, there's also the accountability and support option, whereby I can tell you, Mary, oh, this week you've done this well. I feel that this is the area that you still need to improve on. Yeah.
And someone can easily monitor the progress.
You can monitor the progress. Yeah. You know how exciting it is when you see someone struggle during the first class, you know, when they start doing the practicals. And now by the 9th class, this person can stand, present, you know, without referring to the notes.
Yeah.
I love that transformation. Yeah.
Very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
You're welcome.
When it comes to public speaking, as we keep mentioning even in our previous videos, practice is very key. And this is definitely what will also help you to be able to master how to pace yourself. Having gone through a formal training, then the more you practice, the more you're able to master it. And that is why we encourage you to join the other professionals who have already signed up for our upcoming intake. And we look forward to seeing you in class just to walk this transformational journey together with you. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.